Hi guys, this is the Betamax Man, and we're going to do just a quick look at a Sanyo. This is a Sanyo Super Beta. It is a Sanyo 4027. It is the best Betamax ever made by Sanyo. If you're looking for a Sanyo Beta machine, this is the one you ought to get, and I'll tell you why in a little bit later. But let's first, we'll pop a tape in. So let's hit the power, and let me find a tape and we can put in. You have a tape. Alright. Let's hit play. This is what we get. Black and white. There's no color. It's extremely bad quality picture. Look at the images, very poor. Now, if I track it, it doesn't do any good. That's as best as I can get it right there. So I'm adjusting the tracking. That's as best as I can get it. Why is there no video? I mean, there's video, but no color. So we have no color, and our image is very poor. There's a lot of snow. So as you can see, if I'm gonna turn this, okay? So I am actually adjusting the tracking. So watch what happens when I adjust the tracking. See? That's as best as I can get it right there. And it's in black and white. So we're gonna have to repair this one. This is one that we're gonna need to fix. Now, I thought this one would have mechanical issues. I thought that the belts and the tires would be bad, but somebody has replaced the belts and they've replaced both idler tires, so therefore mechanically it works, but it's got an electrical issue. I'm thinking that this is going to be an issue in the video circuitry. I think the video board, I'm going to check the video board, and because I think the chroma board is not working. Now, Super Beta switch is on, so let's turn it off and see. Ooh, we have some color. So when we have the switch Super Beta on, it's black and white, but we get color if we do that. But we still get terrible picture quality. And that switch shouldn't affect that, but it's not. So I think we're gonna need to go into the video circuitry and find out what's going on, because it shouldn't do that. So we are going to take a look. So we've obviously got something wrong. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll pop the top off and I'll explain to you why this machine is the best machine that Sanyo made. This is the best beta machine Sanyo ever made. I know some of you are going to say, no, the 7250 was the best. No, it's not. Why is that? because of the 7250, even though it has hi-fi and it's super beta, it cannot play beta 1. This one will play beta 1. It will play beta 1, beta 1S, beta 1 SHB, beta 2, and beta 3. It records in 2 and 3. It will not record beta 1, but it will play beta 1 back. So it does play it back. And just so you know that this black and white signal is a continuous problem. And when we turn that switch off, we do get color, but we still have bad image quality. So that shouldn't affect it. That really, it's kind of weird. So I'm going to look into the video circuitry. Now, there's a certain section of the board that does the super beta processing. This has circuitry for both the regular and the super beta. This will play back all recorded super betas, all super beta recordings. Beta 1S, beta 1 super high band will play back. That is why this is the best Sanyo ever made. And no, this machine is not for sale, so don't ask. Now, let's get into the video. We're going to get into taking a look at the inside, and we'll see what we have to do. So, okay, so let's get this thing. We're going to take a look here. We're going to take a look at it and see what's going on. I bought this as untested. They said they didn't have a tape to test it. I bet you somebody did, and somebody went through all the work of changing those belts, changing those tires, and they thought that it was going to work. Because most of the time, Sanyo machines, you can change the belts, you can change the idler tire, and they will work. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes it is an electrical issue. These do have electrical issues as well as the Sonys. Sonys seem to always have electrical issues. The Sanyos don't, not so much. Most of the Sanyos, you put belts in them and tires, and they will run forever. But the Sonys had a lot of circuitry issues. And one of the reasons why is because they used capacitor, ELNA capacitors. And those always go bad. But Sonys were very famous for using those ELNAs, which caused a lot of problems. But this one has some issues. What I'd like to do is, well, my scope's probably not going to be here for a couple weeks. So I was going to say that, you know, we could hook it up to the scope and see what's going on, but my oscilloscope is coming in the mail. So, but if I had my scope, we could hook it up and we could find out probably find out almost immediately, because we'd be able to see what the signal's doing. Because I could take a look at see what the video signal's doing. But I am going to take a look at the super beta circuitry as well as the regular video circuitry, because there's these machines, the super betas, had extra circuitry in there, because the super beta increased the luminance and the chroma signal. So Super Beta was really a really cool machine. Super Beta had, you know, Super Beta 2 and Super Beta 3 both had about 290 lines. Beta 1S gave you around 300, and you were in Beta 1 Super High Band, you got about 310 lines. Yes, it will play back Beta 1 and Beta 1S. Now there's Beta 1S, which is 5.6 megahertz. Then there's Beta 1 Super High Band, which is 6.0 megahertz, so it's even better. But if it'll play the 5.6 megahertz, it'll play the 6.0 megahertz. Now I'm going to take a look at the video circuitry, so let's get this thing apart. Okay, so we've got it all taken apart. I took the dust shield off so I can clean the heads. But this thing looks like it's almost new. The clock display is extremely bright. The drum is still kind of nice and shiny on top here. You can, I mean, just this machine looks like it hasn't been used much. This might have been a machine that was put in storage for a long time and taken out of storage. Somebody went through, put new belts in, they put new tires in. Somebody's went through and done all that, because I'm feeling the tire with my hand here, and the tires are nice and soft, and the belts are tight and they are soft. Well, the belts could stand to be replaced. We'll order some belts for it, and yeah, I'll order belts for it, because this belt is real soft, but this one's kind of on the hard side, so maybe somebody just replaced the tires. And then maybe this belt was changed, but maybe they didn't have the right size for this one, I don't know. I'm curious to see if the idler belt is new, because it might have a new, it might be a new idler belt too. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like the idler belt's new. It looks like maybe this one was the only original. But because it's loading really fast, if it loads real fast, that's usually an indication of the original belt, because it's getting stretched, and it's because it actually shouldn't load as quickly as it does. It should load smoothly. It should load a little smooth and slower. But look at this. When we see how fast that's going? It should load a little slower than that. So that's another indication of the belt being worn. But I could feel the belt is kind of hard. So here is our preamp or head amplifier. This plugs into the shielding plate that goes and covers the head. So that's where that plugs into. And this is for this grounds the video head. So this is a ground wire, a grounding strap, which is actually supposed to be underneath it's supposed to be fastened to there. So somebody has cut there's supposed to be a zip tie that ties these together. Somebody's cut the zip tie off of it, because this is actually supposed to be back here tied with a zip tie, but we'll fix that. So some of the Super Beta processing is this area of the board. So the audio board, I believe, is in this area over here. So what I'll do is do some testing. I'll test some of the capacitors, and we'll see what ones are bad. But there's bound to be, you know, some bad capacitors. So in fact, I know there's bad capacitors because the video was black and white. Well, if you turn Super Beta off, it gets color, but the picture is still very, very poor. So it is possible that that's why I think it's in the video circuitry, because I don't think it's the head amp, because when you turn the Super Beta switch off, the picture is almost normal except for the video noise. But it could still be the head amp. There could be some caps in the head amp too that aren't working, but my guess is that it's going to be in the video processing, which is going to be over in this area of the board. So capacitors and transistors are the main components that go bad, that cause these kind of electrical issues. And I can see a lot of the light blue Sanyo capacitors, which, oh no, those are Rubicon. Well, those Rubicons, the light blue Rubicons, they go bad too. I have noticed that, you know, Rubicon is not as great as everybody thinks. I mean, there's some people that really like Rubicon. I'm finding that I just don't like Rubicon that much because they're cheap caps and they don't last very long, in my opinion. If you want to get a really good quality capacitor, get something like Nichicon or Panasonic, because Panasonic makes some really good capacitors. You know, I would say those two I would definitely recommend. Panasonic, Nichicon. Now Panasonic is Matt Schuster. Yeah, I think Matt Schuster. I don't know, however the hell you pronounce it, but anyway, we gotta take a look at the video circuitry. But yeah, with this thing, plays Beta 1 and Beta 1S, and so that's why this machine was better than the other Sanyos. Also, the 4020 will play regular Beta 1. It won't play back Super Beta. The 4020 will not play back Super Beta at all. But it will play back regular Beta 1. This one plays the original Beta 1 and Super Beta 1. Beta 1 Super. So, this is the best machine that Sanyo made. It has a phenomenal video signal. I mean, just the video quality is just as good as the Sony's. It's phenomenal. I mean, just it plays well, plays all the tapes, any tape recorded, whether it's Super Beta or regular Beta. This machine will play it back beautifully. And the audio is very good, even though it's a mono. For monolinear audio, it sounds really good. You know, this is the best. I highly recommend either the Sanyo 4020 and the 4027. If you've got a lot of super beta tapes, you'll want the 4027. If you've got just regular beta tapes, I'd recommend the 4020. Now the 4020, you can find them anywhere. You know, you can always find a 4020 on eBay. The 4027s, these are rare. They don't pop up much, but when they do, get one. So I highly recommend this model. This is one of my favorite Betamax machines. This is seriously one of the best and one of my favorites. So anyway, just if you want, because somebody who works on these beta machines all the time, I'm very familiar with the workings of these machines. I know the ins and outs. I know everything there. Not everything, but I have a large knowledge of the beta format and the beta format VCR. So I guess I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get to... I'm going to do some checking and see what capacitors might be bad. But this is just a really cool machine. So I'm going to unplug this, and then I'm going to do some testing and see where my problems might be. I'm going to start in this area of the board. I'm going to start over here and do some checking on the capacitors and see if we've got... In fact, I know there's going to be a bad cap. So let's get to it. Alright. So I'm just checking. I'm going to check for some bad capacitors, and the ones I'm going to check is going to be right in here. So let's just start checking some of these. I'm going to check some over here, so let's do a check here. Okay. Oh yeah, we're in the right spot. That one is open. Alright, let's see, where's some more? There we go. That one is open. Let's see, where's that one? There we go. We've got... That one is open. Wow, there's quite a few open ones here. There's like 3 so far. And I'm checking. That one is okay. This one is alright. So it's going to be in this area, right in here. So let's change those out. And okay, so we've checked those are bad in that area. So these ones right here, this one for sure is going to be bad. Let me double check that one and that, because that one's going to be bad here. I'm sure that one, I think that one was bad. That was that light blue Sanyo. Those light blue ones, they go bad sometimes. Oh yeah, that one's open. So that one is open. That one needs needs to be changed. As if we... Yeah, that one's open. So we've got that one that we need to change. We've got other two over here that need changed. So I'm just gonna change some of these here, and I'll be right back. And I'm gonna change them, and we'll see if that does anything. I think it will. I'm not seeing any more. I'm not really seeing any other ones in that area. So at least I know I was in the right area. Yeah, that one's not good either. Yeah, that one's going bad. That one is bad too, so yeah, we've got about 4 of them now. I've found 4 that are bad. So let's change those, and then we'll see if that restores. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. So let's change those, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found these I changed, and guess what? These are Elnas. I guess Sanyo had some Elnas as well. That's... wow. So these were 10 volt at 47, and I had to replace them with a 16 at 47 because I don't have any more of the 10s. 16 versus 10, it should be fine. I mean, you can go up on the voltage a little bit. I don't recommend doing that, but it's not making that much of a difference, you know. You're only going up, what, 6 volts? And I'll change them. I think what I'll do is order the 10s and put them in. So for right now, the 16s are going to stay in there. We're going to keep the 16s. So I'm just wondering, did we make a difference? So we could throw these away now. Let's just see if there's any difference. Whoa! Hey, our color's back. And we got it on Super Beta. Oh, it actually is better when you turn Super Beta off. Okay. Well, we have color. We have color. Yeah, alright. Right on. I'm happy. I'm really happy. We have color. So I think we fixed it. I'm still gonna go into the, I still want to go into the head amplifier and replace some of the capacitors in the head amp, because the head amp is what sends the signal to the TV. And I know that you guys, if you guys know me and you've watched my videos, the preamp, also known as the head amp, is always something that I change caps. I change the caps because that sends the signal to the TV. Now, the audio is good, but I'll probably go ahead and recap the audio board as well. I might just go ahead and finish. I might just go ahead and recap the video area on the board, the whole video board part. I think I'll recap it, and I think I'm going to recap the audio board, and I'm going to recap the preamp, and clean the heads, and I'll change some of the capacitors out in the power supply as well. Because we've got, you know, because sometimes, you know, you can have one or two the small capacitors go bad, you know, and it's always best to change them. I'm doing more than just repairing this thing. I'm doing preventive maintenance. So I'm preventing this thing from having a problem later on in the future. But I'm very, very happy we actually have color. We now have color. So, Super Beta on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So, anyway, we'll turn Super Beta on because I'm going to make a test recording, but we'll do that on another video. But we got this thing up and going. So it just had three capacitors that were bad. There's some more that I'm going to change, but at least we have a working machine. This thing now works. There's also other areas of the board. Now what I might do is change some of the capacitors in the audio board. I think I'm gonna do that. Change some of the caps in the audio board, maybe the whole thing. This is another area that has to do with the video as well. So, there's one section does the playback. There's another section that does the recording. But these machines are superb. You can't ask for a better machine. This is one of the best, like I said, this is the best machine ever for Sanyos. This is the best Sanyo made beta machine. I really love this machine, so. Anyway, it's fixed. So what I'll do for this video, I'll just clean the heads, and once we clean the video heads, I'll just put it back together, and this weekend we'll do the rest of the capacitors. We'll change the rest of them that I want to change. So this is going to be a weekend project. It's going to be a 3-day weekend. July 4th is coming up, and I have Monday off as well. So I have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. The 4th, I think, falls on like a Sunday, but they give us Monday off too. So, because technically I work for the state, because I'm a custodian at the Silverton School District. I'm a custodian by day, or no, custodian by night, electronics hobbyist by day. So, this is awesome, guys. I'm so glad I got this thing up and going. I'm very, very happy. After cleaning the heads, there is a cartoon. It's got a beautiful picture. Nice, sharp, crystal clear. got a good picture. I had to do that because I don't want to get copyright striked. But it does kind of have some tracking issues, which we'll sort out. But it does seem to have a little bit of tracking problems, but we'll get that, you know, once we do some more, you know, changing of caps, and rebuild the head amp. I think that the picture will be perfect. And the picture isn't bad now, but we do have somewhat of a tracking issue going on. But other than that, it's pretty good. So it's performing good. And let me we'll just rewind it. Well, we need to look at the, I need to take a look at the tires too. Because that just sounds weird. Like, why is it making that noise? Maybe that's normal, but it doesn't sound normal, but that was, it's a recording I made. Anyway. Yeah, let's, put in another tape, but we don't need to put another tape in, so pretty happy with it, so far. So, we'll do more work on it. I just wanted to show you the machine and see if we can get it going tonight. And we got it. Now we got it to where it's fixed. It is working. It is going to require more repair. We are going to have to do more repair on it, but we will do that. And like I said, this weekend. So anyway, see you later. Bye-bye. One more thing before we go. This is a Beta 1 super high band recording. It says right there, super high band, 6.0 megahertz. It's been recorded. This is a show that was back in the 1970s, All in the Family. It's a very popular show. It's a very good show. I like it. It's a comedy. Well, let's play. See? That is Beta 1S. Now there's a little bit of a green color at the top there of the picture, so we'll have to figure that one out. We'll figure out why it's doing that, but it is playing back Beta 1S. So that is a Beta 1S tape, and you're gonna have to take my word for it that yes, this is a Beta 1 tape. Okay, I always put what speed I've recorded it on, and this one was recorded in the Beta 1 speed, but it's the Beta 1 super high band. Okay, the 6.0 megahertz. So I could play that is playable. Just wanted to share that with you because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get the Beta 1 tape and show you. But yes, and it's on an L830, and I get an hour and 45 minutes with the Beta 1S. I get an hour 41 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and put this machine back together and call it good for now. She's back together. And guess what I have? Yep, this is the remote for the 7250. Because the 7250 is a Super Beta Hi-Fi. But this will work. Actually, any Sanyo remote from the 80s will work on this machine. So we hit power. As you can see, our power light comes on, off, back on. Put a tape in. We'll hit play. And we'll switch channels. Oh, I disconnected it. There we go. I had disconnected it. So we can hit fast forward. See if we hit fast forward. Not a very good search on Beta 1, but these were built mainly for Beta 2 and 3, so the forward search works a lot better on Beta 2 and 3 than it does on Beta 1. Beta 1, it kind of muffles the whole video. And if you go back, but at least we have color now. We have stable color. And the Super Beta is on, and it's color. So we fixed it. And now I can hit stop on my remote. And I can rewind. All the way to the beginning. And then we can set the counter, reset it. Yep, there's the intro. So we can hit stop and rewind it all the way back to the beginning. And there we go. Okay. She's fixed. Next.